Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, the 1st of December. We are starting this vlog nice and early this month. You can see we've had some Christmas decorations starting in the house. We've got guests in about 12 or 13 days. So I thought I would do my 10-day vlog now so that I'm not vlogging when they're in the house. I am sitting down to do some actual work, and then I'll be doing a writing sprint very shortly. We have a busy day planned. We are going shopping. We're going Christmas shopping. We're going to try and get there for opening, which in Perth is like 11 o'clock in the morning. So it's pretty late. I'm hoping to film a couple of videos today, do my writing sprint, get 10 pages or the end of the chapter done, whatever is more in that sprint. And yeah, I don't know what else is going to happen. I need to edit a video for tomorrow when I get back. That is the day, potentially. I'm starting off this month with a mood read. So I feel like I'm not shocked at this point. I am genuinely shocked that the mood reading bug has continued to be a thing. I ordered these a little while ago off World of Books, secondhand bookstore, worldwide, free shipping, amazing. I was on a live with CM Kaplan, O'Connor, and Kay Matar a little while ago, and they were going on about how good Dennis Lehane was as a psychological thriller writer. So I bought Mystic River and I bought Shutter Island, and they both arrived last week, and this one has just been yelling at me from the shelves. So I think I'm going to start that today. I finished a beta read last night. I do need to do a beta read for Joshua Walker. I think it's 14,000 words, and I think I can fit that in tonight. So, and then start Mystic River. So in this vlog, I'm hoping to read this start to finish. I'm hoping to finish River of Stars by Lily Ann Crow, which was chosen in the last vlog, and I've only read 14% of it, but I tend to like only reading one ebook at a time, so one ebook, one physical, one audio at any given time, and my beta read happened to be on the Kindle, so I sort of put River of Stars aside for the time being. I'll get back to it now as the Kindle read, and I'm also reading The Spider Key by Jacqueline Hagan on audio, and I'm really liking it. I really like Margaret as a character who was introduced in this one. We just had like a cool library scene. It's all very weird and whimsical, and I'm digging it. So those are the 3 books that I'm aiming to finish in the next 10 days. We'll see what happens, and then maybe I'll touch something on my actual TBR. Who knows? But that is the update for now. I will catch you in the next one. The dogs and I got caught in our first summer storm of the season. It was not fun. It was very cold. Cold rain, which I did not expect. It's just started raining again now. Anyway, we gave up on our walk, and I'm now at the gym. I don't want to be here, but something is better than nothing, right? So we're here. I'm going to do a 10K bike ride, and then I'm going to go home and start the day. So it is Monday the 2nd. I read the first Advent of Winter. I forgot to mention in the last clip, I'm doing the Advent of Winter this year, put together by Dom McDermott over at Dominish Books. First story was by Kat Rector yesterday. Had a good time with it. I'll be reading the second one today, and I got about 50 pages of Mystic River done. I'm hoping today, I've got to work for a little bit. It's just a crazy time of year, so I'm doing a bit of OT, and then I'm hoping to do 10 pages of my book, which took me 2 hours yesterday to do, and then read some more. Maybe the beta read by Joshua Walker. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. But I'm talking to Luke this evening at, it used to be Luke's Books Nooks. He's changed it. I've forgotten it. I'll put the new channel name up here. I'll be talking to him at about 6 o'clock tonight about books, booktube, life. It's just going to be a cool chat, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's on. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm procrastinating going into the gym at this point. We're going to go. We're going to go. Turn this off. Quick update. I don't know if anyone actually cares, but I just wanted to put a disclaimer that one of my goals for just moving forward, and it will be a goal that I put publicly in 2025, but moving forward in these vlogs, any food that I show will be vegan. And the reason for that is, one, Rachel and I eat plant-based a lot of the time. We're not full vegans, disclaimer, but we do eat vegan food a lot because of my kidney disease. It's just much better for my body to process. And also, I have close vegan friends who I respect, and I don't want to upset them. And like by thinking, particularly people who ask me for recipes, there's a few people who are like, "Oh, can I get the recipe for that?" And I just want those recipes to be safe for the people that I love in my life. So yes, any food going forward on the channel will be vegan. That's it. I don't actually know if anyone cares, but it's a thing. All right, we just did an editing session. We are a third of the way through. We are 33% of this book edited. There's quite a few changes that have taken place. One of them is one of our like main characters. Oh, Valerie's on the bed. That's cute. The feedback that I got was that it was quite her character is quite weak, and she needs to be built up to be believable to be the character that I want her to be in this story. And she's kind of my morally grey villain-esque character who, you know, will make a decision one way or the other at the end of the book. I don't want to give anything away, but it's not believable that she leads, like that she's in charge at the moment. So that's been interesting. A lot of this is rewriting as I've gone through. It's taken me about 2 hours. So about 2 hours per chapter seems to be how long each chapter is taking. We're at chapter 11. There are 28 chapters and an epilogue. I know I've got chapter 13 coming up probably before the end of this vlog, and that is a long one. So we'll see. But it's been a very interesting process. I'm hoping by the end of this vlog, we're about at the halfway mark. That is the aim. And I don't need to go into the office as often at the moment, so I need to go in 1 day a week for the next 3 weeks. Then I've got 2 weeks at like fully at home. So I'm hoping that I can bang out a lot of this after work. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's it for the afternoon. I'm calling my mother in about an hour, and then yeah, I'm talking to Luke, so it'll be fun. Hello, the dryer's going and you're on an angle, because why wouldn't you be and why wouldn't it be at this point of the day? I forgot to vlog anything yesterday. It is Wednesday at 4:20. I'm now procrastinating working on my book, which I do really need to do. I have been sort of averaging about 10% per week of this angling. It's not going to get better. We're just going to go with it. I've been averaging about 10% per week of going through the dev edit. Shout out to the dev editor who is like taking my questions on Discord and answering them within like minutes of me being like, hey, what about this thing? So it's been a really fantastic experience and a really hands-on and just, yeah, wonderful. From Liv Hofer. I'll have her details linked down below if you're looking for a dev editor at any point in your life. She's fantastic. Yeah, so I also have cover art concepts, which I don't know if I talked about that already, but I need to go back to the cover artists and give my like feedback and responses to start making some of those edits and changes, because I really liked one concept. The second concept I didn't love, but I liked the coloring better, so trying to merge them a little bit. But I really need to go back and do that, and I need to get a video edited tonight. So that is the evening plans. I also want to cook a meal, and I haven't decided what that's going to be. I'm thinking Japanese curry, because I have all the stuff to make a vegan Japanese curry, which could be delicious. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Normally after work, so I'm working at home, I like put 2 hours aside at the end of the day before I go and cook dinner to work on book stuff. But I'm feeling quite overwhelmed because there's a lot of book stuff. I need to go buy ISBNs, I need to do this cover art thing, and I need to actually look at the book. So I'm going to do the cover art thing first, and then jump into the book. Even if it means I just get a couple of pages done today, it's progress. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And I've also finished. I read the next two stories of Advent and Winter, so I'm on story number 5, which is Karim Solomon. I read H.C. Newell's today and L.L. McRae's, two of my auto-buy indie authors. They're both fantastic. And I have also got 25% of River of Stars by Lily Ann Crow. I put down Mystic River by Dennis Lehane to read a little bit more of River of Stars, and I'm much more grounded in that story now, because I was flailing a little bit after the end of book 1 as to where we were, but I don't want to give too much away. It is a travel questy type trope that we're following, which I really enjoy. We're sort of dipping in and out of like this dark underworld, following the River of Stars, trying to warn a city about an impending army of death that is coming towards them, which doesn't sound great for the people in that city. So that's what we're doing. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm much more grounded, like I said now, and I'm hoping to read a little bit more of that tonight. But last night I went to bed at like 7:30, so we'll we'll see what happens. Hello everyone. It is 6:49 on Friday evening. It's been a bit of a weird day. Work has been busy, but I ended up having a few hours at the end of the day, got some admin done, which was great. I hope I can finish off some admin tomorrow. I decided not to work on my book this afternoon. Friday's normally my day off where I will read, or I will do literally anything else than my normal routine. I just have it off. It's a reset. I go back into it on Saturday. So I've got a writing sprint tomorrow afternoon, and then another one on Sunday morning. I'll do another one on Monday to keep moving on with my book. But it was an okay reading day. So I've read the sixth story in The Advent of Winter, which was Soul Shard by Tiago Abdallah. That's definitely been my favorite so far. I immediately wanted more. I remember reading A Touch of Light, I want to say, and I didn't love it. Like, it was good, and I liked the story elements separately, but together they didn't work quite well for me. But I really enjoy his writing, and Soul Shard was like, you need to give the, what's it called, the Ashes of Averin another go. So I actually just bought the second book from the Broken Binding sale that just happened. I also have hit a couple of other milestones. So I'm about 3/4 of the way through of Mystic River. I'm hoping to read more of this tonight. My aim is to finish this tomorrow. I think I've got about 170 pages left to go, but they're small pages and it's a quick read. Like, it reads quickly. Had some like surprisingly deep and emotional scenes that I wasn't expecting in that book, dealing with grief and just the loss of a child and the weight that holds. I wasn't expecting it in the story, but was, pleasantly surprised when those came up. I got to 50% of River of Stars. I'll put the cover up here. And they just had a super fun scene. This book sort of takes your, I guess, scroller game mechanics. So I heard Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative, or maybe I read the review, where she likened it to Prince of Persia, where you've got these puzzles, and like I can definitely see that. We had this really cool scene just before where we were, so Thaniel, our main character, he was trying to work with a rent, or maybe that's a different story that I'm pulling that word from, but there was 7 rings quite high up, and he had to like solve this puzzle to be able to see this thing, and then once that thing had unlocked, they started to move, and it just reminded me very much of nostalgia and gaming as a kid, and sort of, figuring out a puzzle and then having to figure out a harder puzzle to get yourself back to where you want it to be. And I hit 75% of the Spider Key, so I'm hoping that I'll at least finish the Spider Key and Mystic River before the end of this vlog. Spider Key is great. Again, some really like impactful moments that I wasn't really expecting, particularly around Martin, the character, and Caradoc and Margaret just had one, and getting to know, I guess, more in depth of the hatred that the general population has for the colonists, and also more about the specters, which has been really cool. I don't want to give too much away because both River of Stars and the Spider Key are book 2s in series. I just finished reading the beta read for Joshua Walker. It's a little novella, very enjoyable. I won't give too much away. It's part of a secret project, but that was fun as well. And yeah, I think that's where I'm at. Is I'm just going to read for the night. Rachel's working on a book right now. That is her job. That is what she does. So yeah, I think we're just going to read for the rest of the night, but I'll catch you in the next update. Editing this book may kill me. Probably not. It's probably not that dramatic. So I only edited 5 pages this afternoon. I just did my writing sprint after work. It's Saturday, about 5:30 now. I have just added another chapter in. There was like, I don't know, there was something about this chapter that was bugging me. It needed to change. There needed to be a reveal done in this chapter that I have done in the script, like manuscript, way later, but I feel like it needs to be now to make what happens later in the book have much more impact. And it's just it's just such an interesting experience. So some days I'll like smash through a chapter, 10, 20 pages, no worries. And there are days like the last 2 days that I've looked at this where it's just been a slog. And it's not a slog in the sense that I don't know how to explain it. It's been difficult because new concepts have to be added into the story to make things later make sense or to build an impact. And because of that, it is much slower, and then I have to make sure that continuity-wise, it makes sense throughout the rest of the book. And I'm just talking as like a new author here, or a new want-to-be author, hopefully sometime in next year. And I guess giving people who watch these vlogs, if you're interested in it, the real-time thoughts as they come out while I'm editing it. I was hoping to be at the halfway mark at the time this vlog's finished. It's currently the 7th. I have a writing sprint tomorrow and a writing sprint on Monday. Tuesday, I probably won't get a chance to do a writing sprint just because the in-office days, I know that my brain's shot. Like I'm just, it doesn't work as well. We'll see. I might be able to get another 20 pages in, but that'll be just under halfway. Yeah, that'll be just under halfway. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, I actually finished a book today. So first book of the month. Good job, Kris. I smashed out the last 170 pages between last night and today of Mystic River. This hit me a lot harder than I expected it to, and now I can see why there are such big fans of Dennis Lehane. I went through a crime thriller mystery stage of reading, and I don't not like them. I just find them to be very formulaic and predictable at times. This had quite a few twists at the end, which I wasn't expecting, but at the same time, it fit the tone and the formula that this book is following. But really, really good writing. Like, there was a lot of things in here that I appreciated. I don't know that I'll, like, gravitate towards crime and thriller more often because I've read this, but I am interested in reading at least the other Dennis Lehane book that I have. It is a genre that I don't mind reading sometimes, but I don't gravitate towards it, much like romance or Mau romance, where I personally tend to gravitate within that genre, and it tends to be Mau romantasy, something I don't gravitate towards, but every so often I'm like, yeah, I'll read one and see how it holds up. So this was probably a 4.5 star for me, which is really high, considering that it's not a genre that I tend to love anymore. But yeah, there was definitely some really, really hard-hitting moments in this book for me. And when I say 4.5, that's not on vibes. That is going on the skill of the writing, how gripped I was with the story, how much it sort of shocked me towards the end, and also just the fact that there was, like, for a book written in this time, I feel like it handled some of the topics quite well. And I've definitely seen other books written in this time lean into a lot more things that I don't like misogyny and homophobia and things like that. So it was just, I don't know, interesting from that standpoint as well. If anyone's read any Dennis Lehane and, you know, wants to talk about that sort of side of things, let me know, because I'm interested in having a conversation. I don't know when I'll get to the Shutter Island, which is the other one that I have. I'm not rushing towards it. Ryan and I have decided that we are going to do Absolution probably in January, so that's off the TBR at the time of recording this clip. So I'm going to go and now try and turn my brain off from my own book because I'm annoyed at it and read Palmer Pickering's story in Advent of Winter. That's what I'm up to. And what was it called? Let's see what it was called. Bloodfire by Palmer Pickering. This one's nice and short, so hopefully a good, I guess, little breather for me before I go and make dinner. And which means that I'm now going to focus on River of Stars. I have 3 days and I think 3.5 hours left in the book, so I'm hoping to finish that one too before the end of the vlog. But as for physical reads, I'm now going to be picking up The Lies Not, so I'm really excited to jump into that one as well. Good morning, team. It is Sunday the 8th of December. What are you doing today? I just did a writing sprint with Mark, and I thought I had done so much in the hour and 10 minutes that I was there and writing. I wrote 2 pages. Anyway, it's new stuff to connect the chapter that I was talking about last night. So hopefully it makes sense when the dev editor gets it back. We'll see. Anyway, so I wrote some new stuff and I'm taking a break. I might go back to it because my whole aim today is to I needed to add in a new chapter because there was a natural break. There was a new topic being introduced. So normally when that happens and you're going to the next part of the story, I would put a chapter break in there to give the reader a breather to move into next concept. And I've only written the part that connects it to what I'd previously written. So I would like to get that finished today. It is now about 20 past 9, so I'm going to make pancakes for breakfast because it's Sunday. We have some fruit that needs to be used up, so do some fruit bowls and some pancakes. And I have 3 hours of River of Stars left. And I don't, I want to finish it today. I don't know whether I have 3 hours of reading in me today. Went to the dog park earlier and I didn't get any footage because Ari got into a scrap with a dog there that was a husky who apparently did not like her, and we had to pull them apart and be like, this is not happening today. So I might also try and take them back to the park. I don't know, when there's no other dogs, we'll see. I have a podcast episode happening. I need to edit a video. I probably won't film anything today. I'll film tomorrow before I do some work. This was just a rambly update. I don't blame you if you don't watch this update. See you in the next one. Okay, bye. Something I didn't realize that would make me euphoric and just find very amusing after transitioning was doing stereotypical husband shit that, people make fun of husbands for doing all the time. As an example, I've lost one of Rachel's Christmas presents. I have no idea where the fuck I've put it. And I'm really hoping I don't need her help to find it. But the only person in this house who's going to know where I might have stored something that I was trying to keep for safekeeping is my wife. So I have entered proper just husband nonsense mode. Anyway, I found 2 presents for her that I thought that would be where the third one would be. However, it's not. So I'm gonna go wrap them. Or peace. Good morning, team. Yes, it is officially Christmas show time at work, so I had to dig this one out, and it's wrinkled, but that is what it is. It's Tuesday the 10th. I'm heading into the office. I should finish River of Stars and the Spider Key today. So I have 2 hours left on the Spider Key, which will be taken up in my commute time, and about half an hour left of River of Stars. I just fell asleep last night as I was reading it. I'm sure everyone can relate who is a reader, who tries to read at bedtime and then just Kindle straight in the face. So I ended up putting it down, but I should finish it today. And that's it, my book. I ended up having to rework a chapter, and it ended up being 2 chapters, and I finished that yesterday. Tuesdays, all the days I go into the office, I don't tend to work on the book just because my brain's not great when we get back from work. But yeah, it's about 10 past 6 now. I need to feed the dogs, get my lunch ready, and then head off. So I will see you for our final update in many, many hours. Hello everyone, it is the end of the day. It is 6 o'clock, I want to say, around 6, maybe just after PM on Tuesday. Where am I? The 10th. So we're ending the vlog here. I did manage to finish River of Stars by Lily Ann Crow. I really enjoyed this one. I definitely like the first one more. This one felt... It was journey, it was questy. There was something that happened at the end that I didn't love, and I think that took my enjoyment down a little bit. And it's this idea of introducing new information, and I know that's done to sort of provide a hook for the next book, but the information that was provided, I think, was put there for an emotional impact, and I just didn't get the emotional impact because of where it was placed in the story. So, but I enjoyed it for the most part. I really liked the, aspect that reminded me a lot of playing games as a kid, like that puzzling that needed to get to the next step. The ending felt a little bit anticlimactic for me personally, but I had a good time with it. I'd probably give it a 4-star. So it was good. I enjoyed it. I may even reread it at one point, which is sort of where I feel with 4 stars, but I'm not rushing back to it. It's not a favorite of all time. I tend to like most of my reads, and things I like will end up being about a 3.5 to a 4.5, and things I love and Cannot Fault will end up being about a 5-star read. And those 5-star reads are going to be the ones that I gravitate towards if I ever want to do a reread, which isn't all that often. I'm going to turn a light on in here because it's very dark. I also finished the Wickwire watch this afternoon on the drive home, and that was fantastic. The ending of that was such a hook, and there is a way that like Jacqueline Hagan has ended both of these books where you're like, I have to know what happens next. But I have discipline, so I will read something on my TBR instead. So that was really good. I liked that we got a broader idea of the conflicting parties in the world in the Spider Key, which is book 2. So we had the Blue Flames, we've got like this plot, this like sinister plot with like politicians. There was a reveal at the end, which I still don't know who that person actually is, but the reveal was cool. And like just this like gut-wrenching moment at the end of the book, which happens so fast, and you're like, wait, what? And then we just sort of move past it, which is that hook for that next book. I like the world, I like the noir gaslamp, probably not steampunk, gaslamp vibes of the series. The narration by Wayne Farrell, I want to say, is so good. Like, it's so good. He brings so much life into this world, and I will probably continue on with this pretty early in 2025. So I actually read 3 books. I finished 3 books in this vlog, which is more than I normally do. In terms of future reading, I'll be going on to Last Rock. I normally have a day between audiobooks, so maybe not tomorrow, but the day after. That's by Phil Tucker. That will go into January. I'm not going to finish it this month. It's like 32 hours. And I might pick up Kavithri by Aman Beatty, I want to say. I'll put the cover up here to let you know what that looks like and who it is by. So yeah, I'll read that on my e-copy, and then going on to... I was going to go The Lies Not, but I started it and I read like 2 pages of it and I wasn't feeling it. And because of how much I loved Mask of Mirrors, I may just need to wait until I'm ready and in the mood for that, which is fine. That is what it is. I'm actually gravitating towards Malazan, so reading the first book of Dust of Dreams, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, that was a vlog. If you like the content, give one of those. If you want to see more of it, click subscribe at your will, and I will catch you in the next video. Ciao.